Hello, everyone. I want to first thank you for your interest in the Ideadvance program. Today, we're going to go over some considerations for your new Stage 1 application. This is the first in a series of 3 videos to help you plan for the July 9th, 2021 deadline. Before you start your application, please note the key dates for scheduling. You can find these also in your application guidelines. Highlighted are the application deadline for July 9th at 5 p.m. The committee will meet in August. We will also make decisions in late August, and the program will officially begin in early September with an orientation week, August 23rd through September 3rd. You'll note in the attached syllabus in the application guidelines all of the key dates from September 15th through December 15th. You'll note also that most of these meetings are virtual, so you can attend wherever you are, but at least one member from your team should be prepared to participate in every one of these scheduled meetings. For today, I'm going to go over what to expect out of the program, how awards are received, what makes you eligible, and I'm going to briefly overview the application and submission process, and we'll go into more detail in upcoming videos. So regarding the programming, just some more details. Again, I highlight, please review the syllabus for course details. You can find the syllabus through links in the application guidelines. The Ideadvance program is very important and mandatory for you to earn funding in either of the Stage 1 tracks. You'll discover more detail in the syllabus, as I've mentioned. I want to draw your attention to some key points. The dates. Can you commit to the dates? The program begins in September with weekly sessions starting in October. So we have weekly sessions September 8th, 15th, and 27th. And then we go actually to a bi-weekly program October 6th through December 15th. The time is set from 1 to 4:30. We'll be doing these virtually, likely on a WebEx platform. And for each session, you are expected to do between 5 and 10 ecosystem interviews. You'll note these interview in our software, Innovation Within. You'll meet with business mentors, and you'll prepare a summary learning in a PowerPoint-like presentation that you'll deliver to, that each team member will deliver at each one of these meetings. Participants who've advanced into Stage 2 will have their own separate programming to help them be more competitive for follow-on funding and customer acquisition. The Ideadvance program is intended for you to reduce risk in your business model. One critical risk is where you will find your next pot of funding. How much funding will you need? And what does that funding need to accomplish? In order to get to that next critical stage, how will you prepare? For some, the path is directly to customers. For others, you'll need to reduce technology risks with grants or strategic partnerships or some other resource. And for most, you'll have to show some significant traction on both customer and technology fronts in order to attract investors. The Ideadvance Stage 1 tracks, the distributions, are intended to help you step through these various risks in order to get to the next reasonable funding milestone to continue your business model. You'll learn from customers and ecosystem partners, and you'll quote unquote earn the tranches of funding as you prepare your next critical test. If that test is successful, or more commonly, if you are able to learn from the test and you still see a viable business model, then you continue. For some, you will discover that your market is too small or that your team might not be able to deliver the right product or service to the customers. And in that case, you might decide to go ahead and leave the program. And that is not a problem at all. I will walk you through now at high level what each of the funding milestones are. On the right, in orange, you'll see what is included in the application guidelines. But on the left provides a little bit more of an explanation about what we mean for each one of these funding tranches. At the very high level, each awarded team will receive 10% of their funding upon signing and returning their contract. Awardees will participate and do customer discovery interviews. We say about 30, and from those learnings, you should understand a little bit more about your customer segments or your customer archetype, value propositions, channels, maybe a revenue model, and you will determine with the help of the Ideadvance team a suitable test, a suitable minimum viable experiment or minimum viable product that you can use that 40% tranche of funding. Companies who have participated in Ideadvance in the past have done things like have a social media campaign or use Facebook groups to test some things about their customers. We've had teams develop a sample sales sheet and get feedback from sample customers. We've even had a medical team fly to different hospitals and observe how nurses did their current job in order to record quantitative and qualitative observational data. Very rarely will your test turn out exactly as you thought, but it should help you to learn something new about your business model. And essentially, you'll get 40% of the funding by doing the customer discovery and coming up with the test, and you'll get the 40%. The test may be free, but the money is awarded for developing a viable test to learn a little bit more about your business model. Most then move into the third funding path where they develop a new test based on all the learnings to date. This test should focus on ideally the next critical funding milestone. For some, it may be a soft launch to attract pilot customers. For others, it might be engaging pilot partners for collaborative research and development dollars. And for some, it may be about designing an SBIR grant or similar to reduced technology path. Whatever it is, we will help you get to that. But still, you will earn a tranche of funding, 40%, by learning from your customers or your ecosystem and developing a new test to further refine your business model. Ideally, all of that works out well. You've learned something. You've decided that you will continue into moving your business idea forward, and you will then need to create a plan. You'll proceed with the remaining funds by creating a plan that might include some pitch decks or grant abstracts or a 120 days strategic funding plan in order to keep financing and moving your business model forward. If you have any questions around this, please let us know and consider joining us for some upcoming programs where you can learn about how other awardees experienced receiving tranches of funding. As always, each eligible team must include an eligible University of Wisconsin system member, which includes or could include a current faculty, staff, or student, or it could include an alumni. However, new this year, or great new this year, is that every campus, including Madison affiliates, are eligible. We do check your eligibility, so please note that when you complete your application through the application portal. Also new this year is that the university or the eligible University of Wisconsin member does not have to be a founder. So identify ways you can expand your team or add new skills or test skills in order to complete this Ideadvance project. Each applicant will be evaluated on the use of their eligible UW person. And I have a couple of ideas here on what participation might look like. At the high level, you yourself may be a University of Wisconsin affiliate, and you might be the founder and key decision maker, and that makes you eligible. You might find that if you're an established business, you want to pull in an existing employee who's going to be critically engaged on the project and help do some customer discovery calls and learnings. This might help make your team eligible. You might find that you need a subject matter expert. Maybe this will be somebody that will become full-time as the business continues, or maybe they are critically important just for this stage of learning. You might find that you are considering a chief marketing officer or a chief technology officer, and that's somebody that could be an executive in training, and you can pull them in on this project to help both of you evaluate each other's fit as a team. Similarly, you might not need a member in training. Maybe it's somebody that's going to be part of your sales staff, or maybe that's someone that's going to be part of your technology staff. And again, you're evaluating each other's fit for the team. And lastly, you might think about students that are interested in entrepreneurship and professional development experiences, and that person may be a good fit to help make your team eligible. At very minimum, it is an excellent idea to reach out to the Ideadvance team and let us help you think about the UW affiliate as a team member and how you can present that in your application. Lastly, submissions. Here we go over a little bit about the application and submission process. We encourage you to reach out to myself, Idella, or to my colleague, Brian, where we can discuss your application. We really do want to help. It's our job to help you prepare a competitive application. We've been part of, or we have worked with the Ideadvance Investment Committee since the beginning, and we have I believe, some good ways to help you put forward a competitive application. Secondly, please review the application guidelines. You can find a link on our website to the Stage 1 and Stage 2 guidelines. Right now, Stage 1 is up. It is a long document that I'll try and go over in a future proposal or a future video, but please go through and do check out all of the hyperlinks. Once you've done all of that, the next thing you'll want to do is start the application process on the grants portal website. You'll find a link to that on the website and in the application guidelines, but this is where you'll submit critical information about your UW affiliated team member. We are very excited to have a diverse set of teams, a diverse set of ideas, and a diverse set of businesses from startups to established businesses all across Wisconsin apply. We really want to help you make a competitive application. So please reach out and let us help you in preparation for the July 9th deadline.